Hey guys, it's me Liz here with just some random tag videos. I'm gonna be doing like 3 of them, so stay tuned for that. The first one that I'm gonna do is the my first time tag, and the first question is, do you still talk to your first love? No. Okay, the second question is, what was your first alcoholic drink? Well, coming from a Mexican family, actually when I was like little, like probably a toddler still, my dad would give me just a few little sips of beer, so it would have to be beer. And I do remember a very, very funny, well, I don't know if you would say, some people probably are not gonna think it's that funny, but I thought it was funny. My family thought it was funny. But anyways, I got in trouble when I was like about, I think, 3 years old or so, and I still have a faint memory of that day. But what's-it-call-it, I got in trouble. My aunt, like, she's not an alcoholic or anything, she just drinks like quite a bit, and she had like about, I think, like a bottle that was like probably like halfway full of beer in her room, and I got in trouble and I had like a timeout in that room, and I was mad at my mom, and I knew that I wasn't supposed to be drinking that, but I freaking chugged it. And I remember being like 3 or 4 years old and not knowing what the hell was going on. Like, I was so drunk that I fell, and I just, the last memory I remember is looking under my aunt's bed and everything was just like moving all crazy. But anyways, a lot of people, like I said, y'all might not think that's funny, but I thought it's funny, and you know, that's just how my family is, and I don't see nothing wrong with it. But anyways, going on with that question, the third one is, what was your first job? My first job was in high school, and it was at Burger King. Okay, what was your first car? My first car was actually, I wouldn't say it was my car, it was still my parents', but I could always, I was the main one that drove it, and it was a, like a burnt orange, Dodge Ram pickup truck, 2008. It was like a few years back. We don't have it no more, so yeah. What's-it-call-it? Who was the first person to text you today? One of my good friends, actually. So yeah, I don't know. What's-it-call-it? Where's the next question? Sorry, I got lost here. Okay. Who was your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher was actually Miss McDaniel, I think that was her name. Yeah, Miss McDaniel. So yeah, that was my first grade teacher. Where did you go on your first ride on an airplane? I have actually never ever been on an airplane, and I'm actually terrified of heights, and I don't know if I ever will have the guts to go on an airplane. I mean, maybe, hopefully one day, because I do want to travel, but I don't know, I haven't yet. Okay, the next question is, who was your first best friend, and do you still talk to them? My first best friend was actually a girl named Crystal in elementary, and I kind of talk to her, I guess, just through Facebook, but that's about it. We don't really talk too much, but yeah. Okay, the next question is, where was your first sleepover? My first sleepover would have to be with my next door neighbors. You know, I grew up with them like a lot. Like, we're like really, really good friends. So what's-it-call-it? I guess it would have to be with my next door neighbors. As kids, we were really good friends, so I guess that would be my first sleepover. Okay, and then the next question is, who was the first person you talked to today? The first person I talked to today was my mom. What's-it-call-it? Whose wedding were you in the first time? I actually have never been in a wedding per se. I mean, I've been to weddings, but I haven't never been in a wedding before. What was the first thing you did this morning? First thing I did this morning, that I do every morning, is take my dog outside to pee. So yeah, because I don't want her to do that inside the house, so of course that's the first thing I do in the morning. And then yeah, what's it call it? What was the first concert you ever went to? First concert I've ever went to was a 3 Days Grace concert. It was so awesome, and yeah, that was like my first concert ever. And then after that, I don't think I ever went to any cool concerts. I mean, not any that I really remember that was as awesome as that one. So yeah, that's like, I would say that that's like the only real like cool concert or whatever you want to call it that I've ever been to. So yeah, it was my first and the only one. Anyways, first broken bone. Thank you, Jesus, that I have never had a broken bone. I mean, I've known people that have broken, their ankles, their leg, their wrist, and their fingers and stuff like that, and it doesn't look like fun at all. So, thank you, Jesus, I have never broken anything, and knock on wood that I never do. Okay, next question is first piercing. My first piercing was my tongue. And I actually got it pierced because my mom at one time was just like really against piercings. I mean, she still kind of is, but she kind of accepted the fact that I'm an adult and it's my body. So yeah, and yeah, that was my first one because I could hide it, it's inside my mouth, so she didn't really notice. My sister's actually the one that pointed it out to her, and yeah, anyways. And then after that, it was just my lip, and that's the only two piercings that I have other than my ears. So yeah. First foreign country you've gone to. Mexico. I have family in Mexico, so of course, since I was a baby, I've been going there, about every year, so every 2 years. So that would be the answer to that question. Next one is first movie you remember seeing. First movie I remember seeing. That's a hard one. I guess like first movie I've ever saw. I guess it would have to, of course it would have to be like a cartoon, because if it's my first movie, I was a kid, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how to answer that question, but it would have to be some type of cartoon movie. I know that. Anyways, going on to the next question. When was your first detention? My first detention was probably sometime in elementary, maybe, or no, I was a pretty good kid in elementary. Probably junior high, probably like 7th grade or so, probably. Okay, who was your first roommate? Never had a roommate. I guess my parents. No, just kidding. I live with my parents. I've never been on my own. Sadly, but I've never had a roommate. So yeah. If you had one wish, what would it be? To be able to lose weight fast. That would be an awesome wish for me, honestly. Next question. What is something you would learn if you had the chance? Honestly, I wish, I'm still learning and I'm practicing, but learn how to do makeup like badass, like all the freaking makeup gurus. They do makeup like so awesome, and I don't know, I've just been really getting into it more lately, and just I can't wait till I'm that good, I guess you could say. But I know that it's gonna take probably quite a bit of years of practice, and yeah. But honestly, that and just know how to do my hair better, I guess. I mean, with everything comes, practice, and I've gotten a lot better at styling and dyeing my own hair and all that, and it's just through trial and error and practice. So, but it'd be nice to be able to learn, from a professional, I guess you could say. So yeah. Next question is, what were the first lessons you ever took? Lessons. I don't think I've ever taken any type of lessons per se. I guess I was in orchestra like in elementary though, and then junior high, so I don't know if I played the viola. I don't know, viola lessons. I guess that would count as one. I'm not sure, but as far as like dance or ballet, I mean, I've always been a chunky kid. I mean, I was always, you know, growing up, I was a chunky girl. So, yeah, I never did dance or anything like that. So, I guess orchestra, viola lessons, I don't know if that would count, but I'm just gonna say that that's the answer to that. What's it call it? Okay, and then the last question is, who was the first person beauty related on YouTube you ever watched? Vintage or Tacky. She is so awesome, very, very talented, and I just love all the looks and her style, just her personality overall too. She just seems like a very nice person. And yeah, she was the first person that beauty person that I ever watched her videos, and she kind of actually got me quite a bit into makeup a little bit more. When I first started watching YouTube, I was about 16 years old. I would wear makeup, but not too much, and you know, I just really liked watching her videos because of the fact that she is plus size, and you know, she's just so pretty. And like, usually like all the other makeup gurus that I had heard about, but not, I hadn't really watched their videos obviously, but I had heard about them and stuff, I knew that most of them were not plus size. So when I saw her and I saw how talented and everything she was, just overall was just blown away. And I was like, you know, it's a good thing, you know, that, you know, people like her, you know, they show just the world that it doesn't matter your size, you can still be just as good as anybody else and still, you know, put yourself out there and stuff like that. So anyways, I'm rambling on, you guys, but I hope you enjoy this tag video. And yeah, it's late at night, I'm bored, and I'm just gonna be doing these tag videos, so stay tuned for like 2 other tag videos. Anyways guys, thanks for watching. Bye.